Okay, alright. Now, yeah, you just ping Masami until she shows up. Let's go ahead and start this. Alright. Woofy floofsy. So, yeah.
Woofy floofs.
Besides that, not much.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much going on this week. I mean, it's not a lot.
As in, I learned that my computer is not capable of running Windows 11.
Did we install Windows 11 and then we had to turn around and immediately reinstall Windows 10?
No, it was one of my, I think it was Malwarebytes told me that I had pending Windows updates, so I was just like, oh, okay, I'll go take a look at that, and then the Windows update screen, it said, it looks like your device might not be capable of running Windows 11. Run the PC health checker to determine why, and I did, and it was like, nope, you can't run Windows 11 on this device, your processor is too old. Sorry.
Oh darn, you don't have to deal with the bullshit that is Windows 11.
I have an i7 5930K, which is apparently too old to run Windows 11, despite the fact that I can fucking eviscerate processing high-definition video.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm just not gonna get Windows
So-
11. I'm gonna be in the Stone Age. I'm gonna be left behind while
Well,
everybody else is doing
yeah.
whatever it is they do on Windows 11.
So I've got to tell you guys this story, and I was trying to wait till Masami got here, but was heading to pick up dinner and have to get on the highway for a quick stint, and I started getting the bubble gut, and we all know that's not good. You know, your gut starts telling you, hey, you need to pull over. Deuce is about to happen.
Yep.
So there I am on the side of the highway, pants around my ankles, hanging on, got the window rolled down of the car, hanging on to the edge of the car, seated position.
As you do.
As you do. And all of a sudden, I feel something crawling up my leg. Things should not be crawling up my leg. I look down, and there it is. There it is. A baby snake. It is 42 fucking degrees outside. Why in the fuck is there a baby snake crawling up my damn leg? So I freak out. Shit's everywhere at this point. And that's how my evening's going.
Maybe it was, I mean, your leg's warm, right?
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to snuggle. Maybe wanted to snuggle. It didn't realize, what you do. Because you're, in proportion to a snake, you are very large. So it could be chilling around your foot or your calf, and it has absolutely no idea what's going on approximately 2 feet away.
I mean, that's a valid point, but, I'm trying to take a dump on the side of the highway, and I don't need a baby snake crawling up my fucking
I totally
leg.
get. Look,
it just doesn't need to be.
I am the exact same way when I discover a spider on me. When there is a spider that I don't know about that's on me, that is unacceptable. I don't have a problem. If I know there's a spider, if I'm trying to get a spider out of a room or something, yeah, I'll put my hand down and be like, come on, crawl on me. And I'll just escort him out of the room or something like that. But if I just look down and all of a sudden, boom, spider right next to my penis, no, that I not called for.
I mean, this snake, I give it credit. It was far away from my penis. I wasn't too worried about that. And surprisingly enough, my penis was bigger than the snake.
Must have been a tiny snake.
No, it was a baby. It was like a baby black
Come on,
snake,
Masami.
So, I've gotten her completely fucked. Her whole day is messed up right now.
What do you want me to say? Like, I mean, you're saying it all for me. I don't really need to do any work here. Like, I barely have to lift a pinky.
Every single one I've ever been with. Hello, everybody. My name is DrNiggle. Welcome to the Church of Chonkwij podcast. I'm joined tonight by Masami, OmegaConstruct, Zero Burn, and I asked Zero to host so that I could play Warframe. I'm not sure if Omega's going to play Warframe, but if you want to play Warframe, Omega, I'll play Warframe with you.
Alright. Let me get through this next area.
I mean, is like you still leveling your cold paladin?
No, this is my boa zone.
Oh, bow zone, right.
Currently in Act 2, Arcane Sanctuary of Hell.
Ooh, nice.
Bird of evil and lettuce.
This
So,
area is quite difficult because all the enemies here are physical. Well, not all, but a lot of the enemies here are physical immune.
I mean, of course.
that's fun. As you do. So,
Yeah, at least it's not more lightning.
yeah, facts. So starting off on the D2 road after the podcast last week, Omega posted that the D2 2.4 release is happening on April the 14th, and the ladder will start on the 28th. I know this is a big patch. I haven't read too much about it. I'm actually reading it right now.
It's kind of amazing. It's the first real content update for the game in like over a decade. They're going to be making a lot of substantive changes, some balance changes to some of the classes. They're going to be doing some new mechanics around certain, like they've reworked certain ability mechanics. They've reworked some mercenaries. They've changed certain areas to make them have a higher level enemy spawns, so you have more farming locations. It's really neat. It's really awesome to see that Blizzard didn't just revive this game and then, forget about it. They brought it back to life, and now they're, going to be maintaining it. They're going to be keeping it alive, at least for the foreseeable future. So you got the first ladder coming up, first balance patch and your balance changes in a decade, and it's a good time to be playing Diablo 2 if you're anyone else is enjoying that nostalgia as much as I am.
Oh, fuck.
Now, staying in the vein of Blizzard products, there has been a ton of updates coming to WoW, a lot of data mining, a lot of things that people are actually happy about seeing happen. After what happened with Sylvanas, and her turning her back on everybody, she is finally facing judgment for all of her past bad acts, and she will now be pretty much working in the Shadowlands for the foreseeable future, is what the data mine is showing. We don't know if that's 100% true, but data mining is showing that she may be a non-factor moving forward for quite some time, which is good because Blizzard has apparently fallen, or the designers and developers have fallen in love with Sylvanas' character, and she was a fucking Mary Sue for a lot of bullshit that happened in the last 2 expansions. So, it was rough, and now they're actually like saying, okay, we're gonna set her off to the side, and a lot of the data mining is showing that they're gonna develop some characters that they started to develop last expansion, and they've just kind of been hanging out in the main central hub in the Shadowlands. They've just been kind of hanging out there and not doing anything. So they're actually going to do stuff with them coming up. So excited about that. Excited about the upcoming announcements that they have for all Blizzard products in April. So that's good.
Fun.
Let's see here. Warframe news. They dropped, what was it, Garuda Prime today?
Garuda! Yep.
So that was a thing.
And the first ever primed arch gun.
Yes, first ever prime arch gun.
Oh, wow.
So the Corvus?
Corvus.
So yeah, that's That's a first, and yeah, the relics are out now. Relics are dropping, so Omega and I will probably be collecting those for a while and then farming those, because obviously we need Garuda Prime.
Yes.
Garuda also got a rework about 2 weeks ago now, so her skills have been slightly changed, and I haven't taken a look at it yet because I haven't played a lot of Garuda ever. But if it's anything like the Boobin rework, I might be playing a lot more of Garuda.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, I never played much of her when she first came out because it was like, oh, cool, another Valkyr. Like, do we really need another Warframe with Exalted Claw weapons and blah, 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 blah. So hopefully the rework differentiates her a little bit. But yeah, the Prime access will definitely give new reason to investigate the frame.
Also, I believe the Garuda's
see.
weapons, her exalted weapons, are entirely based on her. It's like Korra and her whip. It's entirely based on your melee weapon. Or
I forget.
is it you can only use them when you don't have a melee weapon? There's some gimmick to it.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you have a melee weapon equipped, you'll use them. If you don't have one equipped, you use her innate claws. I think that's the gimmick.
So whatever. Yeah, it'll be worth looking over Garuda again. But yeah, her prime frame is out right now, and the accessory pack is nagging me. It's like, hey, glitter.
What?
Hey, there's glitter. You want glitter? 50
50
Daru. 50 Daru for glitter. I'm like, no, I don't want to pay 50 Daru for glitter.
I did log into Warframe for the first time in a while today for a little bit, and got my new Wisp.
Oh yes,
skin.
It's also the 9th anniversary of Warframe, so they have all the Dex stuff coming back. There are Dex skins and some Dex weapons that, unfortunately, if you got them in the past, it's all dupes. But the Wisp Dex skin is brand new. Brand spanking new.
Which is unfortunate because I have no reason to do any of the 9th anniversary event missions because it's all for glitter that I already have.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get it. You know, they're trying to... Like, I support them giving past gear to players who weren't around then, but it's simultaneously a little unfortunate when that means there's nothing cool for you.
But yeah, it's a good thing to combat FOMO wherever it may be. I just learned what FOMO was, like, a couple weeks ago. I'm a good gamer.
We're trying to work it into conversation whenever possible.
That's right. You're like, look at me. I am a good gamer. It's like, no, I'm a scrub. I know it.
That's funny.
But yeah, there's some stuff happening in Warframe again, and I have also gotten back to dojo decorating, so that nightmare resumes.
Oh boy. What's your current project?
I'm still working on the aisle and the nave of the church.
Nice.
That is a fucking complicated room. Having a good understanding of art history and the architecture of a cathedral is really beneficial. Unfortunately, it also makes things like really super complicated because you're building.
Then you have to be accurate.
Yeah, you're building all this stuff, and you have to be accurate, and your measurements have to be on because one side of the aisle has to be symmetrical to the other side of the aisle. And in this game, that can be harder than it appears at first glance. I don't know if you guys know about this, but yeah, the grids that are built into every room, they are not symmetrical. The grids on every single room is just slightly off.
God, I'm so glad that you do that and I don't, because my OCD would fuck with me so hard.
Yeah, the snapping to grid is very handy when you're building structures that need to. When you're basically assembling Legos, and so snap to grid is very helpful there. But you can't rely on it. ever, basically ever. But
So clearly, Rockstar has fucked up.
this
yeah.
merits some discussion. Go ahead.
Yeah, GTA 5 Online and Red Dead Redemption 2 Story Mode is getting players banned.
Ooh.
Also,
Omega
yeah.
posted this
Also
story
that.
on the 25th, and there's another piece to this afterwards. But it looks like GTA players are reportedly getting banned for playing GTA 5 Story Mode. GTA Online and GTA 5 were re-released again this month via PS5, Xbox Series S, and the Sex. For the re-releases, Rockstar Games upgraded both, in turn inviting players to play both, but playing on these machines may end up causing a major headache. More specifically, it is being reported that that launching GTA Online from GTA 5 Story Mode on the next gen consoles can end up getting you banned in the former and more.
How the fuck did they manage to do that?
I mean,
you
right.
hop into GTA 5 and you play story mode. This is the only way that I know of to easily start an invite-only session in GTA Online, is to go into GTA 5 and then start up an online session. And doing that on a console apparently gets you banned.
Yeah,
Not even
game.
like account banned, you're IP banned.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't.
The
People
fuck?
were reporting that they were also banned in RDO.
That's just fucking dumb. It's. I mean, I get that the game is what 10 years old now.
Yeah.
So there are going to be some bugs, but this is not. This is more than just a bug. This borks your whole fucking game.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't even call it a bug. The game is so old that a problem like this should not be possible anymore. But
Well, the problem is this is the new version. This is only happening to people on
the
the
remaster,
next gen
yeah.
consoles.
It's the remastered edition, isn't
Oh
it?
man.
Well, I don't think it's remastered because this is GTA 5. This is the current game, and it's on the next gen. It's the next gen console version, I believe, that's causing the problem. I could be wrong, but it seems my understanding is that it's the next gen console version specifically. So if you're, one of the players who's playing on the old Xboxes, PS4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you'll be fine. But on the latest, gen, the new version that because keep in mind, much like Cyberpunk, when Cyberpunk released, everybody was playing the PS4 version on their PS5s, or they're playing like the previous Xbox generation on their new machines and whatever, before they finally released the quote unquote current gen version of the game. I think that's what this is. Like, this is the quote unquote current gen version, optimized for current gen console hardware. And then somewhere in that process of optimizing the game, they somehow put a poison pill in somewhere where if you join online from offline instead of joining online from the menu, if you join it while you're playing offline, it somehow triggers something that flags your account for a ban.
Huh.
Boo. Boo, I say.
Well, then, so as not to be outdone, they announced GTA announced an online premium service, so GTA Online Plus, which, for Christ's sake, really? I mean,
So what GTA Online Plus does, if I understand correctly, is it gives you $500. It's $5.99 a month, and it gives you $500,000 in-game cash per month, and it also gives you access to properties for free, properties that are required for game modes for free. So you don't have to. You can get a free bunker. You can get a free whatever. A lot of the stuff, like the offers that they were introducing through Twitch Prime, I want to say, gave people like a free.
Yeah, they've given some stuff like that out through Twitch.
Yeah, like that. So it basically a $6 per month subscription to get $500,000 of GTA money per month and access to free properties, which is not like, that's not a huge deal, I guess, but
No, it's not like, here's your Oppressor Mark II. Here's your, it's not like they're just I gotta be honest. When I first posted this link, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I can't believe they're doing this. I've sat on it a few days. I'm a lot more okay with it than I thought I would be. And I was looking on Reddit and I saw one comment on there, and there was somebody who was like, this is great for me. Like, I don't have, 20 hours a week to put into this game to grind all the money that I need to be able to buy the properties to do things that I'd like to do to have fun. Mm-hmm. If I can pay $6 a month and get home from work and be able to get in my 3-4 hours a week and do the content that I haven't been able to do yet, or be able to just play the game without feeling like I'm behind everyone, it's awesome. And I'm kind of all right with it. I'm certainly not going to pay for it, whatever. But in principle, I think it's not that big a deal. I did, however, see one theory that has me concerned, though, which is that this could be an early sign that they may eventually nerf high payout activities like Caio Perico.
Yeah, that would be bullshit.
I can't imagine them being able to get away with that without the community just fucking revolting.
The community is so toxic already. I mean, yeah, can you imagine?
Right. I mean, looking at it, actually, when I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, shark cards. People spend a shit ton of money to get in-game currency. Mainly your 8 to 12-year-olds who have mommy and daddy's credit card.
Right. If you got somebody else's money.
Yeah, exactly. This it costs $10 to get a bull shark cash card that gives you $500,000 in game. So
little money for $10.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So they're essentially cutting the price in half and giving you access to more stuff and saying, here's a bull shark card, plus you get access to buildings, vehicles, so on and so forth.
With the actual cost of things in game, Rockstar should fucking have their shark cards priced like $1 is $1 million. Like $10 should be a $10 million shark card.
Yeah.
Yeah, $99 for $8 million.
Yeah.
That's absurd. $100 for $8 million for $8 million in-game dollars. Yeah. You can make $8 million in-game dollars by doing Caio Perico roughly 4 to 6 times.
I was gonna say 4 to 6 times, depending on the RNG.
And that's like a decent amount of time, but $100 versus like, oh my god, actually playing the game.
You and I did 3 Caio Perico heists in one night, and we made, I think each of us pulled in $24 million.
When you're good at it, you can get through the whole cycle in about an hour and a half, somewhere between an hour and a half, I would say. And like, if you sit down for an evening of gaming, spend 3 hours doing it, you can do 2 Caio Perico runs, and that's $3-4 million.
Oh yeah, I've gotten to a point where I can by myself make it in and out and make, as long as I can get the disguises and the truck, I can make $2-3 million per heist if it's a low end heist. But outside of that, I just go in, grab the main objective, come back out, and make 1.9 mil.
Not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what direction Rockstar is heading here, or if they're just looking for additional monetization to support this game while they develop GTA 6. it is quite remarkable at this point
Probably.
that GTA is going on 10 years. GTA 5 is going on 10 years, and GTA Online had its most profitable year ever in 2019 or 2020. No, 2019. No, 2020. It's 2022. It was 2 years ago. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is
Pandemic hit and fucking GTA Online exploded.
yes, it did. There was also the time when they offered GTA Online for free, or GTA 5 plus the online component for free on the Epic Store. That was just a clusterfuck influx of hackers, modders.
It really was, and that's part of the. It's where I got into the game because you guys were like, "Get this game. We're gonna go in. We're gonna cause mayhem," and I have not looked back.
Mayhem.
Why would you?
You know, in fact, I think we need to have a mayhem session soon.
Masami, what are you
Just
up
saying.
to in here?
I'm in a thing, and as soon as it ends, I will absolutely accept your lovely invitation.
Gotcha, it just popped up that you're in a Gift of the Lotus.
So, but yeah, no, it's
I'm
one of those
helping
things-
people get some stuff.
GTA is just it's fun and it's good mindless gameplay. I can go in, I can do nothing and lose 4 hours.
That's the only way I play the game anymore.
So
Do nothing and lose 4 hours?
Yeah, just run around, blow things up, drive fast in hazardous zones, maybe steal a plane from the military base. Military base hasn't learned
You're
anything
feeling real spicy.
for like a decade. That military base has just really been slipping because I can still sneak in there and make off with one of their planes. That's got to be like tens of millions of dollars down the tube every time I come in.
I have found there is one of
I'm sure it's very expensive every time you come.
giggity.
Thank you.
There's one resupply mission for the bunkers where you get a railgun sniper, and it is fucking glorious because it's infinite ammo. And I just start that mission, go to the middle of the city, find a mid-size high-rise, and just sit there and pick people off as they fly by on their oppressors.
Where are you in the dojo, Doug?
I'm in the observatory.
Ooh.
All right. So, staying with a rock-themed studio,
Rock out.
Rocksteady Studios, creators of the Batman, or their last release was Batman Arkham Knight. Their soon-to-be released Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League actually just got delayed to 2023. It was supposed to come out late 2022. They were slating it for around Christmas, and the director of the game, Sefton Hill, announced that they are going to push it out after making the difficult decision to delay the game. They know the delay is frustrating, but the time is going into making the best game that we can. I look forward to bringing the chaos to Metropolis together. Thank you for your patience. This is actually one of the ones that I'm looking forward to playing because, yeah, okay, playing as Batman is nice. Playing as Superman is nice, but sometimes I just want to play as the bad guy. And
I mean, who
I
doesn't
want to be
really?
Joker.
of course you do. That makes so much sense.
Did you doubt that he would say anything else?
I mean, Riddler maybe,
That's
but
true. That might be me
yeah.
I was gonna say that's more your thing because of the puns and
Right.
shit. But I'm a huge fan of Deadshot. I'm a huge fan of Harley Quinn. I've been a fan of that character since she was introduced as part of the Batman animated series back in the 90s. It's just, you never get a chance to play those characters unless it's a limited role as part of a DLC for a Batman game. This game is centered around King Shark, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, all of those characters, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm really looking forward to kicking the Flash's ass. Possibly putting a bullet through his head. Just saying, that would be nice.
You might have to speed that up, otherwise it's give me a flash in the pan.
Deadshot, man, doesn't miss. He don't miss. So, let's see here. Players in Fortnite are still freaking out about not being able to build things because they still have not read the full
What are we doing, Doc?
articles.
Honestly, we can do whatever. I just hit up the Void Storm on Earth.
Oh, cool.
We can do whatever.
But moving on to entertainment news, as reported by Entertainment Canada, Dennis Villanueva says pre-production on Dune 2 begins next week. Calls it the biggest challenge of his career.
Villanueva.
So, hooray for Dune 2. I actually sat down, when my wife and I changed cell phone service, we got access to HBO Max for free, and
Nice.
I went and watched Dune on HBO Max, and I was impressed. I am very, very happy given that I know nothing of the Dune universe.
It's a good universe.
It was a good movie. It was a
It is.
good movie, and it was one of those ones that it's like, okay, the next one needs to come out because I'm now invested. So
Oh,
first,
boy.
let me say, thank you, Dune. Second of all, let me say, fuck the three of you for making me want to watch this movie and now getting me sucked into this. You guys are terrible influences, and I love you for it.
Yeah, we're very proud of this. Rest assured.
Yep.
Mama's home, baby. Sorry, my wife just came home, and the puppy
that
didn't
was a
realize it.
That was very interesting segue, and I think it actually still fit, like, perfectly.
So
That's not what. Oh, that is what I meant.
but yeah, no, I'm excited for Dune 2. I've also been binge watching the Orville and have
nice.
laughed my tits off.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
they were.
pretty good.
Bortus, I think Bortus is my favorite character.
Yeah, always
And-
the straight man who gets all the comedic lines. It's the Dave Bautista character, actually. But
Yeah.
I think this guy was first.
Yeah, it's great. I loved that, and like you said, once you get past the Seth MacFarlane stroke fest that the show is.
Yep, he sure does love himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I had as many hits as that man has, I would love myself too.
But you should love yourself anyway, Zero, because you are
Heck yeah.
fabulous.
I mean, okay, look at the camera.
Yeah.
Now look back at yourself,
Yep.
and then look at the camera again.
You're still not old
I
white
am.
man.
I am a giant pile of shit. So,
I mean, there's what, like 33 feet of intestines in the human body. I think it's more actually. I think that's just a small one.
but
There's a lot of shit in the body. I mean, you're right.
Need some titanium,
Yeah, we
Doc.
need some titanium. All right, let's go get some titanium.
Yes, just don't run into the Titanic.
I'm gonna. If I see it in
that
space, you're
joke.
darn right I will.
All right.
That
Your
joke.
ship is now named as the Iceberg.
I was gonna say that joke is icing over. It's not good. I was really looking forward to Bortus singing in that episode, and they cut it the fuck off. Damn it.
These things happen.
So, well, let's see here. Do we have any other exciting news? Let's go to PC Gamer and see if there's anything interesting going on in the world.
It's great. My game is totally glitched out. There's like Doc is totally piloting, but he's utterly fucking invisible. There's this nice smile right on.
Nice smile.
I mean, it's like the fucking Cheshire cat right here.
Reactant.
Oh, I will screenshot those.
Don't forget the reactant.
Because that's hilarious. Because, you know, what's better than fucking Warframe glitches?
Warframe doesn't have glitches. How dare you? This is perfectly. This is a wonderfully,
It's a perfect game.
wonderfully
It's a
constructed
perfect game. Right,
No
right,
problems
right.
whatsoever. Steve never returned my tweet about the advanced graphics. I was sad about that.
Oh, wow. I got a Harrow chassis in space. How the fuck does that work?
Whatever Omega picks up, we
Oh,
go.
sure.
So, okay. Apparently, Elden Ring dropped an update like in the last 48 hours, and they added new enemies, new NPCs, and new locations for you to go. They essentially dropped a DLC into the game without telling anybody.
As they do.
So,
I mean, currently it's totally like showing up everyone who's, you know, released a game in the last little while for the most part.
there's actually Destiny 2 news. That's and it's not Bungie being shitbags.
So
Bungie
it's destined to
slammed.
be good.
I see what you did there.
Oh shit.
But
Alright, sweet.
Bungie slams YouTube for DMCA security loopholes and a lousy customer service. The studio has filed a lawsuit against scammers who fraudulently forced the removal of multiple Destiny 2 videos on YouTube. Like on the Bungie site, they all of the takedowns were deemed fraudulent. And YouTube's parent company, Google, had to go in and reverse all of them and stated that all of the takedowns were done by quote-unquote bad actors unaffiliated with Bungie in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So, YouTube's broken.
Has
If
been
you-
for years.
I was going to say, if you didn't know.
Omega, do you wanna pilot? Because I know you were doing the OE missions before. I'm cool doing whatever.
We can keep doing it this way. I'm cool with that.
Dropping something in the chat so that we have it, so that it, in case it pops up later. Asus says it is reducing the MSRP aggressively for graphics cards across all SKUs. One of the biggest graphics cards manufacturers is actively cutting the cost of its graphics
Mission
cards.
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Yeah, I've heard some murmurs recently that seen some tweets and stuff, people saying that the price of graphics cards was finally coming back down again.
There was
In the
what
near
a
future.
like a 35% drop in the price of graphics cards like a week or two ago.
Void storms mean a
Like
high
just all of
probability
a sudden
void
stock
fissures
levels are starting to come back up.
We
help,
talked about it briefly because there was that dip in the GTX 3080 or the RTX 3080.
Yeah.
The same week, ironically, the 3090 Ti was announced at like $4,000 or some ridiculous shit.
Let's see here. Components.
Hey Masami, do you want to go do the away mission or take over in the main cannon?
Either one, whichever.
I don't care, up to you.
I
I've
can
been
go
doing
away.
both. Alright, cool.
I can go away. You have fun with the big cannon.
I'll get you close.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
never mind.
like looking at Newegg, the Gigabyte Radeon RX 6900 XT went from $15.99 down to $11.99.
Yeah.
Hey, $400 is $400.
That's
25
insane.
a 25% decrease in the price. AS Rock 6900 down 15%.
Good shot. Jesus. It was 3 kilometers out.
Did they say what happened that caused the prices to drop? Was it something in the supply chain somewhere? What
It's-
object? What
It says
components?
this is what we've been waiting for. Actual manufacturers meaningfully dropping the prices of their graphics cards. We've noticed recently that the GPU stock levels have been getting back to healthy levels across a swath of different cards. But though the prices have been dropping, they're still too high.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean $1,100 for a graphics card is still insanely high. But like the RTX 3070 Master 8 gig is $859. I mean, the prices are coming down dramatically. The 3080 Ti was it was an Asus Republic of Gamers Strix NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti, $2,049 or $2,050 down to $1,799. So 12% decrease in the price. Not a huge decrease, but still a sizable decrease in the price of a 3080 Ti.
So, I mean, yeah, welcome price drops.
Jesus.
Secondary targets.
Still not prices I'd be willing to pay, but hey.
Right. I don't know if we're ever gonna see like really nice graphics cards in the $300-$400 range anymore.
No,
But
no,
we,
no.
yeah, we talked
Probably
about this,
not. No.
where it's just like if you have a card that's 2 or 3 generations behind, it's not a significant performance decrease. So there's so many cards that are
Yes,
so
like
great.
you don't have to have the Ferrari to have it be like the brand new Ferrari to have it be a great graphics card.
Yeah.
I mean, like this new PC that I got is, I mean, it's got a 2060 Super in it, which is what, a generation back.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a 2060, and
So
I gotta say, it pummels the hell out of. I played a Civ game a while ago, and I started off in the information era, and it was a huge map with a whole bunch of people, and it used to chug. Doesn't chug anymore. Same thing with City Skylines. Doesn't chug anymore.
Nice.
Mission complete.
And Warframe has been
Excellent work,
optimized to
Tenno.
shit and back. So you could probably run this game on a potato.
I mean, it's still the best running game on my laptop, and the one that, like, if I'm in a mood to play something and I don't want to, like, tax the shit and make it really hot and whatnot, I'd boot up Warframe, because they've done a really good job of making this game friendly to all kinds of shit.
what is it? I'm running, when I log in and do anything, I'm running at about 125 frames a second
Nice.
on average. And that's, I mean, that's not even getting my GPU up to 90%.
Okay, Masami,
I mean,
drop you
I'm-
off.
Okay. I mean, let me know when, and I'll hit the button.
Oot!
Wow.
So the
Thank
NVIDIA
you.
RTX 4080 and 4090 leaks point to extremely power-hungry cards. They're saying that 600-watt plus TDP rumors are looking more and more likely. So apparently the next generation of cards are going to be extremely power-hungry.
I mean, pretty much whenever I decide to upgrade video cards, quote unquote, and I would be making dick quotes, but I'm currently using my hands to actually kill things right now.
Dick.
It basically means new system for me, because I'm literally on a $500 gaming laptop, which does some work. Let me tell you, it's not the shittiest thing in the world, but can I per se probably play anything topical, anything really new? Well, probably not. Can I play, games that are not too intense reasonably well? Yes, I can. But if I ever decide to change that, new system time, because you cannot upgrade the video card in these things, nor would I want to. if I could.
Sometimes,
Oh no, because they're all those laptops. Those things are all integrated. Soldered to the fucking
some of
motherboard.
them, like if you have an AMD, then
That's
yeah,
it.
it's
You opened the
almost
relic.
guaranteed
Finish
integrated.
your mission and we'll take a look
There
inside.
are gaming laptops out there that are.
Storm intensifying.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, if you get good gaming laptops, I'm pretty sure mine's not in that category, even though it is an Intel NVIDIA sort of configuration. But like, I mean, I can change the things that really matter, which is, you know, I can put more RAM in it. I can change the battery when it starts to get shitty, which that reminds me I should actually go and order a new battery because mine's currently at about half-life, and I'd rather not, you know, press my luck.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Funny.
Ah!
And I've already replaced a fan in it, but apparently that's like a weakness on this model, is like its fan go bad really quickly, which I'm impressed I've only had to replace one so far, so that's positive. What am I even doing? I need to go back this way.
Destroy
Sorry,
ship.
you all are distracting me.
Actually, you need to board the ship and then leave immediately. Sometimes I just board it and then I
Oh,
blow
yeah.
up the engine just for fun, because we're on the low level.
Acquired.
The fuck off my bridge.
I like to board it, immediately hit the warp back button, and then as fast as I can run in and try to blow up the reactor before I warp back.
Yeah, nice.
Resolving mission brief. Now
That's
ready
pretty
for new heading.
clever.
We're the good guys.
Minus all the war crimes, right?
Because of all the war crimes.
Well, there you go.
Well, there's the reactor meltdown. Oh, I'm gonna choose this while it's. Oh, damn it. Okay, that makes sense.
That's gonna be amazingly cool.
Yeah, let's just trade all around.
We snap out of the screen and you're dead. Nope, you're home.
Yeah, no, I started warping in the middle of that choice, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna die.
So does anybody have any other news they would like to discuss? Because I'm running low on stuff here.
Yeah, didn't Will Smith drop a new album or something?
Yeah, what the five fingers say to the face.
Oh God.
Slap.
I thought that was funny. It's probably been talked about to death. I certainly had one full conversation about it already today. And Omega and I talked about it last night, but yeah. I'm not sure who behaved more poorly, or who behaved more disappointingly.
Well, I think the funniest part of it is Scientology came out and said Will Smith and Jada used the tenets of Scientology in their response to Chris Rock's joke. And I was like, oh my God, Scientology's trying to take fucking credit.
Great.
Jeez.
Great. Use the tenets of Scientology. So the tenets of Scientology are essentially, if you don't like what the person is saying, physically assault the person.
Essentially, yes. It is never use a closed fist, always use an open hand. And Will Smith used an open fucking hand. Caught him with about 3 fingers, though. It wasn't a well placed, which is
Another job
last
well
night I was sitting there and I brought it up in the chat when it when it first came to my awareness through my buddy. I was in the professional wrestling business for years, and having watched professional wrestling all my life, and then wrestling in high school, and then turning around and being a professional wrestler for about 10 years,
Be aware. This storm
you start looking at things a little differently, and all of the reactions that people had were hilarious because they've got like a grid view of everybody's reaction. And then there's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and the look on his face is like, is that a work or is that a show? Because he can't really, I mean, at first I couldn't tell. It was like, okay, was that supposed to happen? And then I went back and watched it in slow motion a couple times, and I was like, okay, no, that was Will Smith laughing, looking at Jada, seeing that she was offended, and then defending her honor right after he noticed that she was upset about it. So, but as previously stated, comedy is the last bastion of free speech. Yes, free speech, consequences, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if you are so upset by the words that a comedian says, then maybe you shouldn't be at an award show. Because had that been Ricky Gervais, he would have turned around and fried the entire audience.
Make it 2.
And
You know what? That's an interesting. I wonder what would have happened if it was Ricky Gervais. He may have just stood there and taken it.
there are several people who were like, I guarantee you the producers were in Chris Rock's ear telling him not to fry the entire audience at that point. Not to just open up and start frying everybody in the audience. Because the thing is
Perfect
Chris
platform
Rock-
to have a meltdown, and he is smart enough to be able to roast everybody in the room.
Yeah, and when he got struck, that right hand of his balled up, and he was gonna retaliate and thought better of it. And one of my friends brought up earlier, they said, you know, what if that had been Dave Chappelle up on that stage?
Dave Chappelle would have fucking decked
Oh,
us.
God.
Dave Chappelle would have laid Will Smith the fuck
I
out.
don't know.
And if-
This is it's probably not worth speculating about, because this is like, okay, what I want to say here, yeah, I opened this up by saying I'm not sure who behaved more disappointingly. It's disappointing that Will Smith's reaction to that, instead of like using his words to say, what the fuck, you're making fun of my wife for something that she has no control over, instead of doing that and, you know, being a pro heckler, he decided to go up and just punch a guy that he disagreed with. That's not a good message to be sending to somebody who claims to be, this amazing father figure. He has in the past said that he does anything for his job. He even said in his acceptance speech he'll do anything to defend his family, including, potentially going to jail.
Missile battery neutralized.
How's that defending your family? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Turn it into
25. Both those silvers.
See, that's of anything, that's the one thing that I find most ridiculous. And like, if it is real, it's ridiculous that he did that and then was able to go sit right back down in his front row seat, not get ejected from the event, not get arrested, and right after that, more or less, win the award for Best Actor.
Yeah.
It's absurd. How is he not facing criminal charges for that? Chris Rock said he wasn't going to press charges, but Doc and I were talking about this a little bit.
You brought
that's
this
not how
up.
the law works.
Yeah.
Like, the law doesn't work that way. Like, an individual cannot bring criminal charges against another person. An individual can bring civil charges. Criminal charges are filed by a district attorney, and they do not need the victim's consent to file charges.
Exactly.
And Will Smith was caught on live international television
Yeah, not like
committing
you can refute that,
assault and battery
right?
alert. Enemy
over jokes.
So yeah, people can make this
And-
argument that he was white knighting all that you want. That of course he was standing up for his family and what he believed. Yeah, well that's not how men do that.
take it down, then
No,
knock the
that was pathetic.
thing left standing.
Assuming it's real, like, I have lost a lot of respect for Will Smith. Whatever I may have had, notwithstanding.
He had a meme a while back. He had the look at that meme. That's probably the most respect that I've thrown his way. Is that okay, pretty good meme.
Pretty.
All right, Masami, I'm gonna get you over there.
Alert. Enemy crew
But yeah, I mean,
translated into
and I agree 100%. There's a level of fame in which you are allowed to do or say whatever you want, and there are no consequences. There's a level of fame and money that affords you that privilege.
It's the money more than the fame.
Hey,
Yeah.
but you know what? If
And-
Dave Chappelle were here in this conversation hearing that, he'd be like, what's remarkable? A black man committed a crime on international TV, and he's not going to jail.
Yeah. And it was funny, one of my a friend of mine from high school messaged me, and he said, and I quote, "You know, I am the he's gone to law school and he does, you know, pro bono work for like tax law.
Pro bono.
The relic has
but-
been cracked open.
pro bono.
Finish your mission to find out
but
what's inside.
There's clubs
He
for
said
that.
it's absolutely hilarious. He said, growing up where we grew up in the South, he says, he told me, he said, you could have gone up and done anything you wanted. You'd have gotten away with it. He said, me, I am the whitest black person I know, and the whitest black person that anybody in our entire city would know. But if I even looked the wrong way at a police officer, I would get in trouble. But I have always, he said, I have always said that media needs to cover more black on black crime, and it is hilarious that it took Will Smith and Chris Rock for that to happen.
Oh my god. It's
I
amazing.
shit my pants. I was laughing so hard.
I hate to
Because-
bring this up. I don't hate to bring this up because I love talking about this because I think it merits talking about. But do you think? Hey, all the keys. You think if Caitlyn Jenner, if Chris Rock had told an insensitive joke about Caitlyn Jenner and she walked up on stage and punched him in the face or slapped him across the face, do you think anybody would be having these conversations?
Not at all. Not at all. It would have been a situation. It would have been a thing of, he said something about a marginalized demographic, trans women, and that would have been the end of it. It would have never been brought up again.
That's kind of where I'm
see,
thinking
like,
as well, or kind of where mine goes as well.
Caitlyn Jenner's been to roasts. She's like heard all the
she
jokes.
absolutely has a fantastic sense of humor.
She's like, she wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
right.
That's the funniest thing about this. And like this, I've been looking at a lot of the commentary on Reddit, and there's some hilarious people really digging into Will Smith, bringing up all the great shit. Like he did this for his wife, who very publicly said he couldn't fuck and was sleeping with her son's friends. And this is the woman that he like fucking white knighted for, and people have broken it down where like when the joke happens you can see him laughing, and then you look at Jada looking upset, he looks at her, and then he gets mad and goes then attacks Chris Rock. Like, dude, it's really, people are tearing into it, and it's bad. It's kind of hilarious.
There are two in what I've seen. Have been two completely different groups with this whole thing. Support Will Smith. He did the right thing by defending his wife's honor. The other is Will Smith should have kept his ass in his seat. He should have not. He should have used his words. He could have said whatever he wanted to say after the fact. Chris Rock is a fucking comedian. He should just get over it. And I have seen more out of my friend group, more in the support of Will Smith in this case. And I'm like,
No, that's dumb.
I agree with that.
No, you know what really needs to happen is fucking Jada Pinkett Smith needs to get off her goddamn high horse.
I mean, I've seen a couple of her.
That bitch ain't done
shows.
nothing.
Not that good.
You're not a fan of
She's-
her alternate rock/metal group?
Wait, she has
Yeah.
one.
Oh my God. Yes. Go look it up on YouTube. She's the vocalist. It's exactly what you think.
Like, she is far too self-important, and like, if you are getting that offended by a joke about alopecia, like, then your ass shouldn't be sitting front row at fucking anything
This is the other
that
thing.
involves a comedian.
Yeah, I'm fairly critical of Will Smith because I think that he acted in it wrong and all the rest of that. It's still not. I'm not giving Chris Rock excuses here. Like, maybe don't make fun of people for things that they have no control over. Like, you know, she has a disease. She didn't like volunteer to get alopecia. I understand this. It's in poor taste. but
It's not. It's a roast.
doesn't.
It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't merit a slap.
That's it.
Being
You
punched,
opened
being
the
slapped,
relic.
being whatever.
Finish your
That's
mission and
just
we'll take a
fucking
look
ridiculous.
inside.
It's
Oh.
not even. Yeah, it's
It will
ridiculous.
take some time to parse these
Doc.
millions of files. Meantime,
Driving to Boston
enjoy your new
right now.
jets.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit outside your window and I'm going to blare
Detective Smith,
Wicked Wisdom outside of your window because I just went and looked it up and it's fucking
Yeah.
horrendous.
And
I watched 30 seconds of a music video and I want to go bury my head in the yard.
it's not. Look, America's Got Talent
Not an ostrich.
preys on people who don't know their own limitations, and I feel like Will Smith is trolling his family in a lot of cases, and it's cruel. It's not like they're bad at everything, it's just that they probably have things that they're good at that maybe he doesn't pay attention to. Go out and let your kids do, like, the things that they're good at, instead of making billions of movies, or, I'm sorry, not billions, a couple. Making a couple movies with your family. I get it, it's a nice project, it's a nice family get-together project. But your son's not a fantastic
Weird.
actor. Or
Yeah, your son's fucking weird as shit.
maybe you haven't
and
given your son the opportunity to go out and pursue acting gigs that he's more comfortable with. I don't know what that situation is. I just know that the movies that I've seen Jaden Smith in are not fantastic.
I mean, he was in what, the new Karate Kid movie? That was just
I didn't
abysmal.
see that one actually.
Awful.
I saw the one where
yeah, it
Will
was
Smith plays
awful.
Cypher Rage, and they're both down on a planet together, and the son has to go on a journey to save his injured father.
Right.
Good sci-fi premise. I'm always happy to see a sci-fi movie come out. I just prefer them to be good
Yeah.
sci-fi movies.
But yeah, I mean, this whole thing is just one more thing. It's another flash in the pan situation. We'll hear about it for the rest of this week, and then it'll go
And then
away.
everybody will be like, oh, you remember that time you snapped Chris Rock? Wasn't that great? The good old days when Biden was president and we weren't in a second Trump administration.
Oh god, please don't say that.
Oh my god, it's totally gonna happen. I'm waiting for 2024. I'm waiting for that douchebag to get reelected.
It's not letting me hit the. It's not letting it. Yeah, it's borked. But
You used my word. Love the word borked.
like I'm trying to hit X or play. It doesn't even give me a check mark to accept the mission. Can someone just start this
Oh yeah,
thing?
it does actually say that you have a relic equipped.
Well, yeah, I can hit the X.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. I don't really like.
But ducats.
I'm
Then you won't have a relic.
But
I also
ducats.
get traces, and traces are more of what I need than anything else. So
But yeah, I mean, something else will happen next week. There will be more gaffes from somebody in our government, and it will
batten down the
it will end up making the 5 o'clock news, much like everything else has. And we're on a 24-hour news cycle. I'm surprised that this is still hanging around.
I mean, there's been no juicy developments with Ukraine. That's why it's still around.
Russia said they're going to allow the Ukraine to join the European Union. I mean, that's kind of juicy. All right, we're there, Masami.
Oh, they're going to
Okay.
allow them to do. They're a free fucking country.
Yeah, tell that to Russia. Or,
Jesus.
sorry, tell that to Putin.
God.
Still.
And then people are. I watched the presser from Poland, and I'm sitting there with my eyes like just wide open, just going, "Oh God,
looks like a party.
Uncle Joe, please don't say regime change again."
About to break.
He went on TV today and he doubled down on all his statements. Oh,
I know he
okay, no,
did.
he clarified his
After the
statement.
White House walked them
He
back.
didn't really double down. He clarified further. He was just like, "Yeah, I know you're taking this out of context, all the rest of that." I'm like, no, I don't think so. This is the Joe Biden that we all know and love from his long political career. He's done this a lot, where he's just said stuff that's
To be concerned with.
inappropriate.
Attention to remaining targets.
But like, it's stuff that he actually believed.
Serial weak point
Yeah,
exposed.
he even
That's
said, "This is my own personal belief."
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, he said he was speaking from a place of moral outrage.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get that. So was Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham probably shouldn't have said it live on Fox and Sean Hannity's show, though.
Yeah.
Is Lindsey Graham the one who like straight up called for someone to assassinate?
Yeah, he
him?
asked if there was a Brutus in Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Saying regime change is one thing, straight up saying like somebody should
Someone should fucking
assassinate
kill.
him.
Yeah, no, you're a politician here on live TV. You probably should keep that to yourself.
For the core.
That's an extra level of insane right there. I gotta be honest.
That's it. You opened the relic.
That's
Finish
more
your mission
that's
and we'll
more
take a
Alex
look
Jones
inside.
rhetoric. If Alex Jones believed that the war in Ukraine was real, which he doesn't, it's obviously just a deep fake.
Time. Destroyed marked components.
Clearly, everything
Alex-
is a deep fake if you think far enough ahead.
Alex Jones has just recently, as of last week, ignored a second subpoena to appear in court on Sandy Hook related
Oh, shit.
charges.
He doesn't believe
and,
that court is real.
No.
The plaintiffs are pushing for a warrant for his arrest now.
Good. Fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I mean, yeah. Oh, come on, just hit the fucking thing. Jesus Christ on a
There you go,
cracker.
you done did it.
That last shot cooked off every missile rack they had.
Not that terrible with a bow, you fucking piece of crap.
Missile battery is toast. Contacting nearby Solaris
Especially not one with a
craft.
fucking
We
blast
could use
radius.
the parts.
How? I don't know what's relic it used. I have no idea. Not a clue.
So, in fun sports entertainment news, WrestleMania's this weekend.
Ooh?
And
Yeah?
that'll about do it.
Um,
Over there, Chonkwij
Yep,
Podcast.
and that'll about do it.
We're scraping the barrel now.
Yeah, we are scraping the barrel this week. Appreciate that, Doc. Thanks for.
Stick around for the post show where we'll be talking about WrestleMania.
No,
Where Zero talks about WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, Zero talks about
And-
WrestleMania.
And the rest of us
Just
make
kind
things explode.
turn off your
we
hearing.
continue to play Warcraft.
But no, just speaking of the quote Hall of Fame that they have, Undertaker going into the Hall of Fame is pretty cool.
What's that?
I don't know of any athlete that has done as much as he has for one industry outside of Tom Brady.
Wasn't there a
healthy.
big announcement? Another wrestler put out an announcement or something like that, saying that it was about time and that he absolutely deserved it, and he was really happy that he was getting the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah,
He probably posted it.
but I mean, everybody
There we
said
go.
that he deserved it, and he's deserved it for a long time. The Undertaker is one of those that was a consummate professional. The man lived his character inside and outside of the ring. He kept the mystique of his character for 30 years. Didn't do signings, didn't do public meet and greets, nothing like that. Kept the mystique of the character for 30 years. Kept kayfabe for 30 fucking years.
I admit that not
And-
doing meet and greets and not doing signings, that's a little bit of, that's potentially a lot of income lost. But on the other hand, it's wicked
Yeah.
easy. It's just like, okay, there's a big
Yeah.
event this weekend. All right, I'm staying home.
He-
Thank you.
He-
Yes, I am an asshole.
But
I heard that in a Bostonian accent, even though you didn't quite go there.
I mean, the man's had both of his hips replaced. He's had, he was
There you
missing
go, Masami.
like whole muscle sets in his shoulder and continued to work and and perform at a high level for 30 plus years. The man is is just amazing when it comes to what he did for the industry. And then of course they announced today, if anybody remembers the old school WCW days, the Steiner brothers are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is huge considering Scott Steiner is one of the few people who has been openly stated by WWE that they don't want him back ever because he was so bad for the company.
What did he do?
Oh, he's just
Is it
what
Scott
did
or
he-
Rick?
Scott. Rick
Okay.
Rick is a stand-up guy. Scott was steroids, drugs,
Ooh, that
whoring
kind of bad
around.
press.
Yeah, all kinds of bad press. And then if you ever get a
Oh,
chance to
There's bad press and there's bad good press. So
yeah, his brother is in some cases bad good press, but Scott if you ever want to hear something funny, and if you know anybody who knows anything about wrestling, and they bring up Scott Steiner math, look up Scott Steiner math on YouTube. It is the funniest, probably 4 or 5 minutes of an interview that has ever been done. He attempts to do math and fractions and fails miserably, and it is fucking hilarious. But they are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. There's one of the guys from the Attitude Era that was part of the group Crime Time, Shad Gaspar. He's getting the Warrior Award post.
I didn't gather enough traces. Fuck me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, after
guys.
he died.
Fuck. I did that too
But
fast.
yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, anyway, that will honestly, this time for serious, that'll do it for the Church of Chonkwij podcast. So this was fun. This was good. I liked this. I enjoyed playing Warframe. and talking on podcast.
And listening. I was
And
going to say,
listening to poor
listening
Zero try to keep a
Zero flounder.
No, you're trying to keep a
Yeah.
conversation together, and we're all just, and I'm a spaz, I know.
It's okay, we're all spazzes.
Alright, well,
We all spaz.
that's it, yeah, so thank you everyone for coming along, and same time next week, same place, penis, fuck Putin.
Fuck Putin.
Penis.
Fuck Putin.